going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys tuning back in. Welcome to episode 2 of A Day in the Life of a 24-year-old founder, sports agent, law student, and a bunch of other things, entrepreneur, and whatever else might fit the bill. But like I said, this is going to be completely unfiltered, unedited, just straight up content that I'm trying to provide to you guys. And, today I really wanted to talk about college. So, college. It's different for everybody. I'm somebody that's a little bit unique in the sense where I knew exactly what I wanted to do at a young age. And it was always option A or option B. It was play basketball or it was work in basketball. I always watched tons of movies, whether it was Jerry Maguire, whether it was, just movies about sports, Love and Basketball, Space Jam, anything that had to do with basketball, I watched it. LeBron movie, the KD movie growing up, watching Disney Channel stuff, whatever it may be. And I was addicted to basketball. And I always knew, I kind of wanted to be an agent, but I never knew what it really meant to be an agent, right? And when I was going through high school, all I thought about was basketball. All I thought about was going to a good school, just being a nice person, starting to work out and to do those kind of things. I never even thought twice about the agency world. As a senior, though, before I decided to go to UCF, I started to do a little bit of research on the business of being an agent and what it could take. So when I was making my college decision, I wanted to go to FSU because my best friend was going to FSU, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have the same scenarios where you have a close group of friends and you guys want to stick together. And for me, it was actually pretty difficult because one of my best friends went to UF, my other best friend went to FSU. We all wanted to do different things. My UF best friend's an engineer now. My FSU best friend is a doctor, well, soon to be doctor at Miami Medical School. And I'm going to tell you a story how the world comes back together because we actually live together now. So we all wanted to live together. We all wanted to party together. We all wanted to be at school together. And, I actually ended up going to UCF because at the end of the day, I didn't get in to FSU and UF. But also, I actually really wanted to go to UCF. When we did our college tour, I enjoyed it more than any of the other schools. And I don't say that because I didn't get in. I really do mean that. You can even reach out to Dylan, my best friend here. I bought UCF merchandise on my college tour because I knew I was going to go to that school. I was like, I don't care where you guys go, I'm going here. But it was the best decision I ever made in my life because when I went to UCF, I decided to become an economics major, and I did that solely because I had law school in the back of my mind. Growing up, I knew a lot of lawyers. I knew a lot of different people that worked in the sports industry, and that's what they tell you, right? They tell you you have to be a lawyer. You have to go to law school, which is complete bogus, telling you guys now. As a friend, as someone that, wants to help you guys, you do not need to go to law school. It helps tremendously. It is a phenomenal thing in somebody's life. If you can go to law school and you really want to be a lawyer or you want to use that degree for something in your life at some point, which is like me, go to law school. If you're not going to take $200,000 in debt and be, really, messing up your future to go to school, then go to law school. But if you don't want to be a lawyer and you're just doing it because you want to be a sports agent, you don't need to go to law school. But to go back on topic, so I actually was an economics major. And I found out that UCF had a great sport business program. And as a freshman, I was doing all my research that I can on this sport business program. And I ended up calling the professor and the director of the program, Scott Buckstein. I left him a voicemail, and he might remember this. He might watch this video because I'm still very close with him today. He is like a older brother, mentor, family, everything that you could check off on a list. That man is that in my life. He is the OG. But so I left him a voicemail, basically explaining my interest within the program. And I ended up going to his office hours in the spring semester after my freshman year because you technically don't really take any of the courses until sophomore year and up. So I ended up enrolling into his intro class, Intro to Sport Business. And wow, did that class change my life. I mean, we watched the video on the athlete representation business, the agent business. He gave me the real breakdown of, what it means to be an agent, humbled me real quick on some of the things that I had no idea about, things that I didn't understand yet. You go in thinking, oh, you might be friends with all these athletes and, this guy and, that guy. But at the end of the day, it's a completely different thing of becoming not only a business partner or a business manager for these guys, an agent for these guys, and actually, doing stuff that revolves around them and making money and basically setting a foundation for their future and helping their families and helping their careers, and then being a friend. Totally different things. Because when I was at UCF, I had to learn, I was friends with a lot of these guys, but I wasn't ready to represent them as an agent. I wasn't even close to ready. It's one thing, which this is my advice, is, you definitely want to start building those relationships early. I highly recommend, I built some amazing relationships while I was at UCF. I worked with the athletic department. I worked with a lot of the basketball players. Still very close to a lot of them today. I represent two of them. So it does lead from friendship to business, but you have to be able to make that transition in your mind. You have to have a growth mindset. You have to be able to humble yourself. You have to be able to say, okay, they're not ready to make that decision, not because they don't trust me or they don't like me. It's because I'm not ready yet. I don't have the options for them on the table. And at the end of the day, it's all about adding value. If you're not bringing them options, you're not bringing them opportunities to make money and further their career, you don't even want to do that to them, because then you're not only going to affect their career, but you're going to affect your friendship with those players. So, you don't want to put them in a negative situation. I had to wait it out. At UCF, I grinded. I did over 10 internships while I was there. I volunteered 20 or 30 times, whether it was in ticket sales, marketing, operations, sales, fan experience, whatever it was, VIP experience, whatever it may be. And that was all just to build relationships, okay? I knew going in I wasn't going to work in operations. I knew I didn't want to work in ticket sales. I knew I did not want to work for a team. Build relationships, start from the beginning, break down strategically. Who should you know? Who should you start building relationships with? For me, I knew it was trainers, it was coaches, it was people that worked for basketball teams, people that worked for the Magic, people that worked for UCF athletics. You need to be able to strategically build community. That's the way to be successful, period. I knew it was going to be lawyers, it was going to be sports agents, sports attorneys, going to these events, going to these conferences. Excuse me again. I just had a full Pizza Hut wedge pizza and buffalo wings tonight, so my burps are coming in. But yeah, man. So it's it's a grind, and when you go to college, one thing that I'll tell you is throughout my 4 years is really enjoy the time. Slow down, embrace it with everything you got, because it goes very fast. I'm in law school now. I'm already about to graduate law school this year. I can't believe it. I feel like I started yesterday. Really build relationships with some of these professors, get mentors, intern, volunteer, and dudes, do what you want, do what you want. Like, get good grades and do your thing and get everything done that needs to be done. But do what you want, because it's college, man. You only get one college experience. Go make a little bit of side money if you need to, go get a little side hustle, part-time job. But enjoy time with friends. Don't be stupid. Don't party every night. Work out, get your workouts in, play basketball, play football, whatever it may be. And, go eat with your boys and go to the movies, go bowling. Enjoy college. You don't need to get straight A's to be successful. You don't need to have a 4.0 to be successful. You don't. It's not a bad thing if you could do it, but you don't need it. So just take that pressure off of yourself and just realize, get B's, get A's, get a good GPA, 3.5 and above, whatever it may be. But don't put pressure on yourself. Oh, I got to get straight A's. I got to work. I got to study all day. You have your whole life to work. You're going to be working the rest of your life. Okay? Find ways to create passive income for yourself. Become an entrepreneur. Do what you want. Do what you love. Enjoy college. And really, just to wrap this video up, when it comes to the sports agency side of things, I knew going to law school was going to help me tremendously, and that'll be on our next episode, is kind of breaking down the law school experience and what it's meant so far. I knew law school would help tremendously. It has. Is it everything that I thought it would be? No, it's not, but it's helped tremendously. I've networked with tons of different people that law school provided for me, and it's turned me into a better human being, a better studier, a better student, a better learner, a better speaker, and tons of other things. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Next episode will be about law school and starting your own business. Appreciate you guys. Have a